till the day I die. Swing those hips around.
My channel, in today's video I'll be sharing with you my top 10 most watched Chinese costume historical dramas with over 10 billion views from all streaming platforms. And if you found me, it means you are a Korean and Chinese drama lover. In today's video we'll be navigating my list of top 10 most watched Chinese dramas with over 10 billion views. And if you're new to my channel, please like, comment, and share. Yes, tell a friend to tell a friend and subscribe. And what are we waiting for? Let's dive right into the video. 10th on my list is The Story of Yanxi Palace. The Story of Yanxi Palace is a Chinese period drama series created by Weiyoung. It is an original screenplay written by Zhu Mo and later developed into a novel by Xiao Lianmao, starring Wu Jinyan, Charmaine She, Jin Lan, Nia Yao, Dan Zhu, and Shukai. The series premiered on iQIYI from July 19, 2018 to August 26, 2018. During its run, it was streamed more than 15 billion times. Yes, you heard me, 15 billion times. Distributed in more than 70 markets worldwide, Story of Yanxi Palace has since become a huge hit, especially in Asia. It has been named the world's most Googled TV show in 2018. So the Story of Yanxi Palace tells the story of a woman who enters the royal palace with an agenda, encounters kindness and opportunity. Weiyoung, played by Wu Jinyan, enters the royal court of Hongli. Jianlong, Emperor, played by Nia Yan, to uncover the truth behind her sister's tragic death. She suspects the imperial guard Fu Chao Fuhong, played by Shukai, and tries to get close to his sister, Empress Fu Chao Rangyi, played by Jin Lan. Yin-Law manages to transfer to Changchun Palace to work as a maid. There, Yin-Law is mentored by the kind Rangyi, who teaches Yin-Law to read and write, and she also falls in love with Fu Han. Through a series of events, Yin-Law becomes the emperor's concubine, consort Lin, alongside other concubines like consort Shan, played by Charmaine She. Can Yin-Law put her personal agenda aside to serve the emperor? Ninth on my list is The Legend of Mi Yue. The Legend of Mi Yue details the legendary life of Mi Bazi, a young girl who lived in Chu during the Warring States period. She was sent to Jin as a concubine and part of her sister Mi Shu's dowry, separating her from first love Huang She. Yingxi passes away while his sons are still battling for the throne, and ultimately, Yingdan comes out as the successor. Mi Yue is banished to Yan with her son. However, Yingdan suddenly dies, leaving Jin in a state of chaos. Mi Yue enlists the help of Yi Chu of Xiongnu's army, successfully returning to Jin, suppressing political revolts, and instates her son Yingji on the throne. Thus, Mi Yue became the first Empress Dowager in China's history. Next on my list is Empress of China, a Chinese historical drama with over 90 episodes. A very terrible, high-budget costume drama. Before she was the most famous female ruler in Chinese history, Wu Meliang was a typical woman that enters the palace. She vies for her husband's love and a friendship she shared with a friend, while her first husband kept her at arm's length by a prophecy foretelling a woman of Wu still in the Tang dynasty. Her second husband, which is the son of her first husband, welcomes her with open arms. During her time as a minor consort to Li Shimin, she learned how an effective ruler ruled his court. Using that knowledge, she helped Li Shi take back power from his regent and herself into the position of empress. Meanwhile, revenging for her daughter's death, she co-ruled with Li Shi until his death, after which she ruled the country in her own right. The seventh on my list is Princess Weiyoung. Princess Weiyoung is a Chinese historical costume drama with over 27.9 billion views from all streaming platforms. Princess Weiyoung This show tells the story about a princess from a kingdom that had to submit to another. Upon Princess Shina's birth, her father, the king of Northern Liang, had to turn himself in to the king of Northern Wei to retain peace. He returns several years later when the princess is much older on his birthday. While this happens, the army general of Northern Wei, Chu Yinnan, assassinated him and covered it up with a rebellion. Afterwards, the princess escaped and ended up being saved by another person named Weiyoung, an illegitimate child of Prime Minister Li who works for the king of Wei. She gets assassinated as well, no surprise here, by her stepmother, the legal wife of the prime minister, who is also a part of the Chuyin family. When she was finally allowed to see her birth mother, the princess ended up taking her place and the name Weiyoung. She planned to seek revenge for her own family and Weiyoung as well. Number 6 on my list is The Journey of Flower with over 20 billion views from Aspirations. The Journey of Flower tells the story between a master and his disciple. The main character, Hua Qingchu, is an unlucky orphan who's looking for a chance to learn magic and martial arts to survive after her parents died. Appreciating her hard-working nature and kind heart, and predicting her tragic destiny, she enters Changliu, an immortal sect, to seek peace and solutions. Bai Zihua, the sect leader of Changliu, takes her as his only disciple. Qiangu falls in love with her teacher but doesn't reveal her true feelings until the end. Eventually, the truth has been revealed that she was born as Noah's descendant and has access to godly power. She summoned the demon god to save her master, and God transferred all his power into her body afterwards, therefore making her the new ruler of the demons. Although Zihua tries to protect her and change her fate, Qiangu is constantly pressured by the machinations of those who wish to see her dead. So next up we have The Legend of Chusen, also known as Noble Aspirations, a costume historical drama with over 27.8 billion views from Austria. Can a man love a woman but still take down her father? Zhang Xiaofan, played by Li Yifeng, and his childhood friend Lin Jiyu, played by Cheng Yi, were the only survivors of the Grass Village massacre that wiped out both of their families. Taken in by the Jinyun sect, the boys were trained in the ways of the immortal sword. Xiaofan falls in love with Biyao, played by Zhao Liying, the daughter of the Ghost King, Fu Chengpeng. But when the Ghost King tries to grow his power by overthrowing the Jiyun sect, Xiaofan must choose between protecting his people and hurting the woman he loves. The Legend of Chusen, also known as Noble Aspirations, is a 2016 Chinese drama series. The Legend of Chusen is a Chinese costume drama with over 27.8 billion views from all streaming platforms. Next up is Ashes of Love, a Chinese historical drama with over 10 billion views from all streaming platforms. Ashes of Love, the story goes this way. In ancient times, the flower goddess died after giving birth to her only daughter, Jinmi. She had a sense that Jinmi would suffer a great love trial that would break her down, just like her. To prevent that from happening, she gave her daughter the loveless pill. This magical pill prevents Jinmi from feeling and expressing romantic love. The flower goddess ordered her subordinates to keep the girl's birth a secret and keep her within the water barrier for 10,000 years, hoping that Jinmi will be able to avoid the love trial. Jinmi grows up thinking she was a great fairy, as all plant spirits are forbidden to leave the water barrier. 4,000 years later, the heavenly emperor's second son, Shufeng, was sabotaged during his development of his phoenix spirit by someone and accidentally lands in the water barrier. He was saved by the innocent Jinmi, thinking he was a crow because of how burnt he looked. After living together, Shufeng gradually developed feelings for Jinmi. Jinmi later on meets Shufeng's older brother Rinyu, who also develops feelings for her. Caught in a love triangle, Jinmi learns its bittersweet lessons about love, revenge, and life. Together, Shufeng and Jinmi overcomes the obstacles that try to pull them apart, as fate intended for a happy ending. Next up, guys, is The Untamed. Yes, The Untamed is a Chinese costume historical drama with over 10 billion views from all streaming platforms. Can you imagine that, guys? In a magical world of interclan rivalry, two soulmates face treacherous schemes and uncover a dark mystery linked to a tragic event in the past. In a land dominated by the mighty Wang clan, a young man named Wei Wuxian, played by Shao Chan, strikes up an unconventional friendship with justice-loving Lawanji played by Wang Yibo when the duo unexpectedly stumbles across evidence implicating the Wen clan's chief in a plot to bring mayhem to the inhabitants of the land, where Wuxian and Lawanji decide to intervene. However, the pair's attempt to foil the Wen clan's boss wicked plans go wrong, and the confusion that follows, where Wuxian disappears, with many fearing the worst for him. 16 years later, where Wuxian returns out of the blue, he is soon reunited with Lawanji. Just as a spate of mysterious murders has broken out, the duo joins forces once more to investigate, determined not to fail this time. Can the pair get to the bottom of the intrigue? Will they solve the murder cases? And just who is the dastardly secret figure pulling the strings behind the evil doings now blighting the land? Next on my list, guys, is Princess Agents, the Chinese historical drama with over 48.22 billion views on all streaming platforms. Yeah. Princess Agents. The story takes place during the chaotic times of Northern where innocent citizens are often kidnapped and subjected to a bloody struggle for power. Chu Chao, a slave with a mysterious past, is thrown into a forest along with other slaves and becomes the next hunting target of the rich lords. She is saved by Prince Yanxi, the prince of the Northern Yan. After that experience, Chu Chao swears to flee from that place with her younger sisters. However, when her skills catch the attention of the master Mi Yue, Chu Chao begins a street training to become a sacrificial agent for Yuan's family. She often comes across Yanxi, who always saves her from troubles and begins to build a sense of companionship with him, indicating that she resembles him in terms of her personality and behavior. When the nobles of Western Wei and the emperor himself create intrigues and falsely accuse the Northern Yan family of stealing the military map and starting a rebellion, the emperor orders to kill the entire family of Yanxi and marks them as traitors. After the incident, Yanxi and Chu Chao are imprisoned. Yanxi's attitude changed and he becomes a cold person and swears to take revenge due to his fear of having the noble families fight over the Northern Yan as it loses its owner. The emperor decides to spare Yanxi's life and pretend that he is still going to let the prince inherit Yan's throne. Chu Chao, on the other hand, gets involved with Prince Yanxi when she initially plans to go to Yan with him just to escape from being a slave. She is then caught along with Yanxi and they spend 3 years in prison together. The last on my list, guys, is 10 Miles of Peach Blossom, also known as Eternal Love. Is a Chinese historical costume drama with over 52 billion views from all streaming platforms, the highest ever in history of Chinese C-dramas. And this is a series starring Mark Chow and Yang Mi, and of course packed with so many other notable actors like Dioraba, Vengo Gao, and the rest. 10 Miles of Peach Blossom, also known as Eternal Love. The storyline goes this way. After a devastating war, the immortal tribe paid a heavy price to seal the Demon Lord. 70,000 years later, in an attempt to reseal the Demon Lord who broke free, Baijian was sent to the mortal realm by the Demon God. In the mortal world, she meets Yehua and falls in love with him after forgetting about her life as a goddess. Yehua gives her the name of Susu. Sujin, who is jealous of Yehua's love for Baijian, intentionally creates a series of misunderstandings between them and causes Baijian to lose her eyes, thinking that Yehua has betrayed her. The devastated Baijian jumps off from the Shushan terrace. At her request, all her memories have been erased and she forgets Yehua. 100 years later, the two meet again as deities. Another lifetime, another world. Yehua recognizes Baijian, but the latter remains indifferent. The 3 lives, 3 worlds, her and him, are they fated to bear an entangling love? So guys, this brings us to the end of today's video on top 10 most watched Chinese costume historical dramas with over 10 billion views from all streaming platforms. So if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave it a thumbs up, leave your comments, guys. Let me know your faves from the top 10 list I've shared on my video, and please share, tell a friend, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll be seeing you guys in my next upload. Bye bye, guys. I love you.